PTCI Channel 2 welcomes you to our continued coverage of high school basketball. We are in Texhoma, Oklahoma, and it is time for the boys' action as the Turpin Cardinals have come to town to take on the Red Devils from Texhoma. The starters for Turpin: first, a junior, number 5, Carson Buller; a senior, number 14, Trent Weber; a senior, number 15, Jesus Espino; a senior, number 25, Isaiah Villalobos; a senior, number 44, Alex Lopez. The Cardinals are coached by Gary Wallace and assisted by Jesse Nelson. And now the starters for the home team, the Texhoma Red Devils: a sophomore, number 3, Jake Meyer; a junior, number 13, Isaac Word; a senior, number 10, Eric Gideon; a fresh sophomore, number 12, Trent Mitchell; and a senior, number 30, Armando Martinez. The Red Devils are coached by Greg Higgins, his assistants Moises Garay and Cash Overton. Red Devils come into this game with a 3-1 record. Turpin comes in with a 3-2 record. Jumping for Turpin, it will be Trent Weber, and for the Red Devils, it will be Trent Mitchell. And Turpin takes the opening tip. The senior, Villalobos, with the ball. On the wing to Buller. Back to Villalobos. Espino takes a 3 from the top of the key off the front of the rim. Long rebound, tip to Buller. They'll reset the offense. Buller with the ball. Back to Espino in the corner, dumps it down to Weber. Weber kicks it over to Lopez. Baseline shot, too strong. Rebounded by Martinez. Red Devils' first possession. Meyer with it, now around the perimeter. Back to Gideon. Word with it now. Into the high post to Martinez. He'll hand it off. Picked up the dribble. Espino tips it away. Trips over his own feet. Ball will go out of bounds. And back over to Texhoma. Word with the ball now to Martinez. Tried to dump it down, ball kicked by Buller, so ball will be Word with the ball at the top of the key, outside to the wing to Meyer, now to Mitchell. He'll drive free throw line, pull up, no good. Villalobos with the rebound. Looks to push, now he'll slow down, and they'll set their offense. Buller with it on the wing. Weber with it, high post, pulls up, in and out on the shot. Ball loose, chased down, grabbed by Meyer. Up ahead to Word on the wing, now to Mitchell. He'll drive free throw line, back outside now. Gideon pulls out, guarded tightly by Villalobos. Now over to Meyer. Mitchell back to Gideon. Top of the key. Word looked at the 3, passed it up. Martinez beat Lopez, but shot it too hard. Ball loose. Mitchell tips it to himself, kicks it outside. Gideon with the drive and a call for the travel. Ball back over to Turpin. Checking into the game for Texhoma, number 15, a freshman, Carson Elliott. Elliott knocks the ball away from Buller. Buller's going to be called for the foul.
Foul call number 5, Carson Buller. His first.
That's his first, team's first. Weber tips the ball away. Buller comes away with it. He's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be called on Elliott. That'll be his first.
His first.
So Turpin will inbound. 5:29 still left, first quarter, no score. Buller with it on the wing. Down low, Weber wide open. Miscommunication on the defensive end. It's 2-0 Turpin. Ball at the high post to Mitchell. Hands it off to Elliott. Back outside to Gideon. Ball down to Mitchell. Turns baseline, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Espino. Villalobos brings it past the timeline. Tipped away for a second, but got it back. Now back to Buller. Picks up his dribble. Espino will come out and relieve him. Villalobos puts up the three from the deep wing. No good. And they'll say Texhoma ball.
Substitute coming in, number 13, Isaac Word.
So 5:28 left to play. Word over to Gideon. All right, dish back by Meyer. Now Mitchell with it. Free throw line shot. Gets it to bank in. And the Red Devils are on the board. We're tied at 2 apiece with 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Villalobos backdoor pass to Buller. And he's fouled. That's going to be on Meyer. That'll be his first, team's second foul. Turpin will inbound underneath their own basket. Out top to Buller. Guarded tightly there by Word. Gives it off to Espino. Now Villalobos. Villalobos goes baseline. He'll pull back out over the top to Weber. Weber able to chase it and save it from going out of bounds. Espino for a deep three and hits ricochet off of the rim. Hits the top of the backboard. That means it's out of bounds and back over to Texhoma with just over 3.5 left to play. Gideon comes off the screen from Martinez, drives in the lane, puts up the floater, draws the foul, can't get it to go.
Foul call number 44, Alex Lopez.
That'll be Alex Lopez's first foul. Team's second foul. So it will be Eric Gideon at the line for 2 shots. First shot up and gets the shooter's touch. It'll drop into the game for Texhoma for the first time. The junior number 4, Gio Sanchez, and also a senior number 21, Aldo Hernandez. 3:25 left to play, and he gets the second free throw to go as well. 4-2 Texhoma. Espino with it on the wing. Gets a screen from Weber. Drives in the lane. Dumps it down to Weber. Weber saves it from going out of bounds. Lopez able to save it. No, they'll say he stepped on the line. The ball back over to Texhoma. Sanchez with it. Now to Word. As they continue to weave, Mitchell gives it up. Hernandez gives it up to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in the lane, Turns left, misses everything. Good defense there by the Cardinals as Weber affected that shot. Villalobos with it. Down low to Weber, kicks it across to Lopez. Back outside to Espino. He'll take the three, gets it to drop. And Turpin retakes the lead, 5-4 with 2:20 left to play in the first quarter. Ball inside to Mitchell, loose. Picks up his own loose ball there. Sanchez with it now. Outside to Gideon. Gideon drives in the lane, puts up the floater, gets the shooter's roll, and drops it in. It's 6-5 as Texhoma retakes the lead with just under 2 left to play. And a foul call. That's going to be on Gio Sanchez, his first, team's third foul. Into the game for Turpin, a sophomore, number 22, Cesar Anchondo.
Number 15, Elliott. Number 30, Martinez.
Elliott back in. And Martinez both back in for Texhoma. High post to Weber. Over to Espino. He'll take the three, and that's 2 in a row for him. 8-6 now. Turpin leads. 1:40 left to play in the first quarter. Martinez hands it off to Gideon. He'll split the defenders and tries to drive. Jump ball as Villalobos reached in there, grabbed the ball. Arrow points in favor of Texhoma, so they'll keep possession. Into the game for Turpin, the sophomore, number 24, Isaiah Olvera. Back out top, Meyer with it. Looking to drive on Espino. Espino gets a hand in there, back to Gideon. Now to Elliott. Over to Meyer. Back outside to Elliott. Mitchell with it now, gives it up to Meyer. Drives in the lane, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. As Olvera, who just came into the game, is called for his first, team's third foul. So it will be Jake Meyer at the line for 2 shots. Drains the first. 58.6 left to play in the first quarter. And gets the second one to go as well. 8-all the score. Villalobos with it out top. Looked to spin in the lane but lost control. Kicks it out to Weber in the corner. He'll drive to the line, turns baseline, puts up the jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Elliott, actually by Mitchell. Gideon with it out top now. Under 30 to play in the quarter. High post to Mitchell, and that's going to be a foul on Weber. That'll be his first, team's 5th foul. Lopez and Buller will return to the game for the Cardinals. 21.5 still to play in the quarter. That was actually just the team's 4th foul. Gideon with the ball now. Seven seconds left, drives all the way to the hoop and draws a foul. Foul called on Villalobos. That will be his first, team's 5th. Exactly 5 seconds left in the quarter. Gideon at the line for 2 shots. Gets the first. Sophomore number 32, Quentin Ingram checks in for the first time. Aldo Hernandez checks back in as well. Second shot good as well. And another sub into the game. Number 13, Isaac Word back in. Buller with it. Drives in lane, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, Texhoma leads Turpin 10-8. So as we start the second quarter, Turpin with possession of the ball, trailing by 2 points. Buller guarded tightly. With the handoff, ball knocked out of bounds by Texhoma. As Gideon will check into the game.
Eric Gideon.
Buller gets it in the backcourt. He'll bring it up. Gives it off to Espino. Now Lopez with it. In the passing lane, Weber turns baseline, banks it in. We're tied back up at 10 apiece. 7.5 left to play in the first half. Gideon hands it off to Word. Now he'll hand it off to Elliott and to Mitchell as they weave back and forth. Gideon with the carry. Turpin with possession. An opportunity to retake the lead. They held early in this one. Double team. Saves it from going out of bounds, but Texhoma with the turnover. Word with possession of it. Now Elliott with it on the wing, picks up his dribble, gives it up to Mitchell. Elliott back to Mitchell. Three-pointer is good by Elliott. 13-10. 6.5 left to play in the first half. Espino with the ball. Drives down the paint line, gets his own rebound, puts it up, blocked by Mitchell. Ball tipped around, and Gideon comes away with the loose ball. Gideon guarded by Buller out there. Gives it up to Word. Gideon comes out the screen, gives it up to Word again. Now Elliott with it at the top of the key. Martinez with it, he'll kick it back outside. Just passed around the perimeter. Trying to get the ball to Mitchell. He'll turn baseline side and draws the foul. Foul's going to be called on Anchondo. So Mitchell at the line for 2 shots. That was Anchondo's first, team 6th foul. He misses the first. 5.5 left to play. Villalobos checks back in for the Cardinals. Meyer and also Hernandez check back in for the Red Devils. He sinks the second one. 14-10 now. Texhoma leads. Espino with it on the wing, guarded tightly by Gideon. Gets a screen from Lopez, gives it back to Lopez. Lopez banks it up and puts it in. 14-12 with 5:10 left to play in this first half. Mitchell with the ball. He'll turn to the block, puts it up, tried to pass it across. And a charge call will be on Mitchell. That will be his first foul. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Villalobos comes out the screen from Weber, gives it back. Now Espino, he'll pull up for 3, and he drains it. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. Turpin retakes the lead 15-14 with 4:45 left to play in the quarter. Gideon drives in lane, tried to pass it outside. It was tipped and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Texhoma. All passed in to Mitchell. Hernandez gives it up to Meyer. Meyer slipped a little bit, but continued to drive. He'll be called for the travel. Villalobos brings it to the left wing, gets the screen from Weber. Now over to Lopez. Buller gets it to Weber. He'll drive in the lane, puts up the shot, draws the foul. That's going to be on Hernandez. That will be his first, team's fifth foul. So Weber at the line for 2 shots. Sinks the first one. That'll tie it up or give Turpin a 2-point lead as Elliott, Sanchez, and Martinez check back into the game. For Turpin, Anchondo checks back in. 4:12 left in the half. And checking in also for Turpin will be Olvera. 17-14, Turpin leads. Gideon gets the pass, pulls up inside the lane, and drains the easy shot. 17-16. Texhoma still down by 1, just under 4 to play. Villalobos pulls up for 3. No good. Weber with the rebound. Back outside to Villalobos. He'll leave it for Anchondo. Gives it up to Espino. He'll pull up for 3. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Mitchell. Elliott with it out top now. Mitchell for 3. No good. Rebounded by Olvera. Up quickly. Espino with it on the right wing. He'll go baseline. Avoids the defender. Lays it in. Nice move. 19-16. Turpin leads with 3:10 left to play. Mitchell with it on the right wing. Now to Martinez up top. Sanchez dumps it down low to Mitchell. He'll turn baseline side, making room for himself. Missed the shot. Martinez with the putback. So Turpin by 1, 19-18 right now with 2:45 left to play. And foul's going to be called on Elliott. That will be his second. Word and Meyer coming in for Texhoma. Lopez and Buller coming in for Turpin. 2:36 still to play in the first half. Turpin up 19-18. 6 fouls for each team. So a foul by anybody is going to put them in the bonus. Espino dumps it down low to Lopez. He's double teamed. Loses control. Gideon comes away with the loose ball. Sanchez with it, now over to Meyer. Word with it, he's going to be called for the travel. Villalobos checks back in for the Cardinals. As Espino will get a little breather here with 2:08 left in the half. Villalobos drives in lane, dumps it back to Lopez. Goes to take the shot, but traveled.
Substitute coming in, number 14, Trent Weber.
Trent Weber checks back into the game for Turpin. And Mitchell will come back into the game for Texhoma.
Trent Mitchell.
We've got a timeout on the court. 1:54 left in the half. It's Turpin 19, Texhoma 18. Out of the timeout, Texhoma with possession. They trail by 1. Sanchez will give it off to Gideon, and he'll leave it for Word as they run a little weave out here out top, looking for that, trying to look for a matchup they want. Dumps it down low, tipped away by Weber. Espino gets the loose ball. Nice defense there by the Cardinals. Minute and a half left in the first half. Espino with it in the corner. Villalobos at the top of the key. Dumps it down low to Weber. Gains control of it, puts it up, gets the shot to go. Draws a foul. He'll go to the line for the and one. Foul is going to be called on Isaac Word. That'll be his first, team 7th. Armando Martinez checks back in for the Red Devils, as well as Quentin Ingram. .114 left in the half. Weber looking to convert this three-point play, and he does. And Buller's going to be called for the foul. That'll be his second. And we're in the bonus, so they'll walk all the way to the other end. And it will be Mitchell shooting free throws. Turpin with a 4-point lead, 22-18. Mitchell sinks the front end of the 1-and-1. As well as the second shot as well. 22-20 now, the lead. Just cut down to 2 for Turpin. Villalobos gets a screen from Weber. Dumps it off to Weber. Weber with a nice putback there. Off the give and go. Under a minute left in the half. 24-20, Turpin leads. Baseline drive by Mitchell. Has to give it up. Martinez at the top of the key. Over to Gideon. Ball around the perimeter. Mitchell with it at the free throw line. Pulls up and he drains it. 24-22. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Villalobos with it out top. Gives it up to Lopez quickly as they look to trap. Under 20 seconds. Pass back to Villalobos. Over to Lopez. Down low to Weber. Too strong off the glass. Gideon with the rebound. Under 10 seconds left. Down low to Martinez. Now to Mitchell. Has to kick it outside. Meyer with it. He'll put up the 3 at the buzzer. No good. We'll head to the half with the Turpin Cardinals leading the Texhoma Red Devils 24-22. Stick around for the second half action.
Hashtag Pray for Brody. Throughout the past month, this phrase has lit up social media in an outpouring support sent to Brody Brand and his family. On November 17th, Brody Brand, class of 2018 Texhoma High School graduate, was involved in a pedestrian vehicle accident. While driving to Texhoma from Hereford, Texas, Brody had pulled over off the road due to car trouble when a vehicle traveled into the opposite lane of the road and struck him. He suffered head, lung, and leg injuries and was hospitalized at Northwest Hospital in Amarillo, Texas. During his stay there, he underwent several medical procedures, all while he was in an induced coma. After 2 weeks of long days in the hospital, he was finally able to wake up and give a little relief to his family. But unfortunately, it was during this time that the family received devastating news regarding Brody's head injuries. Brody's head injury turned out to be more serious than originally thought, and he also had a serious infection that had attacked his lungs. Divine intervention from the power of your prayers worked, and Brody began to show dramatic improvements. Brody showed enough progression to be accepted into Craig Hospital located in Englewood, Colorado, where they specialize in brain injury rehabilitation. Last week, Brody was flown to Colorado, where he will spend many weeks working and fighting hard each day. He has already come a long way, and while he has a long and difficult road, we are hopeful that he will make a full recovery. We continue to ask for prayers for Brody and his family, who are our family. The family appreciates each and every one who has sent prayers, well wishes, love, and donations. If you would like to make a donation for Brody's medical expenses, you may send it to Brody Medical Fund, Anchor D Bank, Texhoma, Goodwell, or Guyman.
And we are ready for the second half. Texhoma with possession of the ball, trailing Turpin by 2. Gideon gives it up to Meyer on the wing. They run through their baseline by Gideon, puts up the shot, banks it in. Nice athletic play, ties it up at 24 apiece here at the start of the third quarter. Gideon now with 8 points. Buller with the drive, loses control, but loses it to Weber for the lay-in. 26-24 Turpin leads, 7.5 left, third quarter. Meyer with it on the wing, looks inside, gives it up to Gideon for 3 from the wing, in and out. Mitchell with the rebound, taken away by Espino. Gives it up to Villalobos. Deep 3 by Buller, banks it in. He walks back down the court saying, I planned that. Just under 7 to play. 29-24, Turpin with the lead. Word over to Meyer. Now Mitchell with it up top, gives it up to Word. Looked at the 3, dumps it down low to Martinez. Ball tipped by Buller, trying to chase it down. Meyer comes away with it in the backcourt, drives in the lane, Euro step, can't get it to go. Mitchell with the rebound. Shot in the lane, no good. Tipped back out. Mitchell gets the loose ball. Gideon with it now. Meyer to Word. Gideon to Mitchell. Meyer to Martinez. Back to Word. Gideon, baseline shot, short, affected by Weber as Villalobos brings down the rebound. Buller with it on the wing now. Over to Lopez, quickly back to Villalobos. Espino puts up the 3 from the wing, and he drains it. His 4th 3 of the game. 32-24, Turpin has opened up a lead. And Coach Higgins wants a timeout with 5:22 left to play in the third quarter. It's Turpin 32, Texhoma 24. Possession. Out of the timeout as Turpin has came out and added to their lead. Mitchell with the basket to cut into it, 32-26. 5:10 left in the third. Buller gives it up to Lopez. Over to Villalobos on the opposite wing. Espino out top with it. Now Lopez back to Villalobos. Buller drives free throw line, back outside to Lopez. He'll set the screen for Espino. He'll pull up for 3. The guy is unconscious right now as he hits his 5th 3. 35-26 now the score. 4.5 left in the third. Meyer over to Gideon. Now to Word. Mitchell to Gideon, dumps it down low to Martinez, puts up a wild shot. They'll call him for the travel. Ball back over to Turpin as Elliott comes back into the game for Texhoma.
20, 20, 20.
And that's going to be a carry call on Villalobos, so Turpin turns the ball back over, right back over to Texhoma. Meyer to Gideon on the wing. Elliott back to Mitchell. Meyer, Gideon to Martinez. Elliott back to Mitchell, he'll drive. Kicks back out to Gideon, who drive in the lane. Shot blocked by Lopez, saves it from going out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Turpin. And Texhoma, I think they said Lopez may have stepped on the line, so ball will stay with Texhoma. Mitchell drives to the basket, puts up the floater, no good. This shot was affected by the defense. Martinez with the putback, and he'll go to the line for the and one. Foul will be called on Espino. That's his team's first foul of the second half. So Martinez trying to convert the three-point play, and he does. 3.5 left in the third, 35-29 now the score. Turpin still with the lead. And a carry call on Villalobos for the second offensive possession for the Cardinals. Elliott down to Mitchell on the block, turnaround jumper, gets it to go. 35-31 now the score, just over 3 left to play in the third. Villalobos gives it up to Espino. He'll pull up for 3, and he drained it again. That's 6 of them now, 3 in a row for Espino. 2:45 left. Mitchell drives, draws the foul, can't get the shot to go. And they'll call that one on Weber. That's his second foul, team's second foul as well. Word returns to the game for Texhoma. And back in for Turpin, Olvera and Anchondo.
Number 24, Isaiah Olvera.
Ball passed in, tipped away. Word able to grab it for Texhoma. Meyer now with it. Out top, he'll set the offense. Elliott to Mitchell. Gives it up to Word. Martinez to Meyer. He's open for 3, no good. Rebounded by Word, tried to put it back up, no good. Rebounded by Olvera. We've got a timeout on the floor. 2:12 left to play. Turpin leads 38-31 over Texhoma here in the third quarter. So full court pressure being put on by Texhoma. Ball inbounded to Espino, up to Villalobos, across the lane, can't handle it. Weber can't, and ball goes out of bounds. A little too strong of a pass from Villalobos, so ball will go back over to Texhoma. Meyer over to Elliott. Martinez back to Elliott. Now Word takes a 3 from the corner, guarded. Long rebound to Elliott. They'll be able to reset their offense. Meyer to Word at the top of the key. Turpin's man defense is giving Texhoma some fits. Down low to Martinez. Double team back outside. Three-pointer up, no good. Long rebound by Espino. As Word missed from the corner. 1:10 left to play in the third. Texhoma back into a zone defense. Villalobos takes the three, and he drains it. Turpin putting on a barrage here in the third quarter. Their last 5 baskets, all three-pointers. They lead by 10, 41-31 with under a minute left in the third. Meyer with it on the wing. Fake pumps. Mitchell at the free throw line, drains it. 41-33 now the score, under 30 to play. Pressure after the score. Anchondo gets it past the midcourt stripe, knocked out of bounds as Mitchell got a hand on that one.
Number 4, Gio Sanchez.
Sanchez checks in for Texhoma. In for the Cardinals, Buller and Lopez. 19.5 on the clock. Turpin can't hold for the final shot. Tight coverage out top. Leaves it up for Olvera, over to Buller. 6 seconds on the clock. Villalobos with it up top. He'll get a screen. Puts up a long wild shot off the side of the goal, no good. And after 3 quarters of play, Turpin leads Texhoma 41-33. So we are ready to start the fourth quarter. Turpin with possession. And they are in possession of an 8-point lead thanks to a 3-point barrage in that third quarter. Pass underneath on Chondo, open for the layup. 43-33 as we start this fourth quarter. Turpin's first 2-point basket since their first basket of the second half. 30 seconds in, Buller with the steal. He stepped in front of that pass. Villalobos brings it up. Over to Buller. Buller goes baseline, back outside to Villalobos. Over to Anchondo, back out top to Villalobos. He'll drive in the lane. Tried to dump it over the top to Lopez, couldn't do it. And ball will stay with Turpin. Last touch by Gideon. Espino, Weber check back into the game. Meyer checks back in for the Red Devils. 7:07 left to play.
Number 3, Jake Meyer.
Ball inbounded to Weber, over to Lopez. Over to Buller. Buller drives in the lane, puts up the wild shot, can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. Foul will be on Gio Sanchez. That'll be his second. Team's first. So 2 shots for Buller. Gets the first one to go. Exactly 7 minutes left to play in this one. And gets the second one to go. Not too many trips to the free throw line for Turpin, but they're 5 for 5 there. Now they lead by 12. Ball to Gideon. Loose ball to Martinez. 3 ball by Meyer. He drains it. 45-36 now the score. Villalobos will check back in for the Cardinals.
Number 25, Isaiah Villalobos.
Anchondo with it now. He'll hand it off to Espino. Passes it down to Weber, kicks back out. Anchondo for 3. He drains it. And Turpin just keeps draining those threes. 48-36 the lead with 6:15 left to play in the game. Gideon with it now at the free throw line, gives it up to Meyer. Gideon now on the wing, trying to get it down. Ball knocked away by Villalobos on the floor. Mitchell jumps on it. Turpin jumps on him. And they're going to call that foul on Espino.
His second, team third.
Turpin head coach Gary Wallace has been called for a technical and has now called a timeout. 5:58 left in the game. Turpin leads 48-36 over Texhoma. Technical. It'll be Armando Martinez at the line. Can't get the first one to go. And misses the second as well. Texhoma ball. Meyer with it on the wing. Over to Martinez. Back to Gideon. Sanchez gives it up to Mitchell, loses control as Weber's there to grab it away. So really no harm done on the technical as Texhoma did not hit the free throws and did not score on that possession. Ball handed off to Espino. He'll set the offense out top. Over to Villalobos, guarded tightly by Meyer. Now to Weber. Gives it up to Anchondo. Lopez gives it up to Villalobos. Turpin happy to run clock out here. With 5 minutes left to play, leading by 12. Leaves it for Espino out top. Lopez, cross-court pass to Anchondo. He'll back it out. Espino with it. Ball into the corner to Villalobos. Down low to Weber. Back outside. Over to Lopez. Tried to dump it down low to Weber, but Martinez is able to get a hand on it, knock it out of bounds. Elliott will come into the game for Meyer. Also checking in for the Red Devils, Hernandez. 4:26 left on the clock. Turpin still leading by 12. Into Lopez. Back out top to Anchondo. He'll hand it off to Weber. Weber drives in the lane, kicks to the corner. Villalobos with it now. Espino drives, line they'll call the carry on him. Ball turned back over to Texhoma with 4:09 left to play. So Elliott brings it up. And Villalobos gets a hand on, saves it from going out of bounds. Goes out of bounds on the opposite end of the court. It will stay with Texhoma. Under 4 left in the game. Sanchez with it out top. Pass over to Elliott. Down low to Martinez. Ball loose. Lopez had a hand out. Mitchell comes away with it. Puts up the shot. Banks it in.
Mitchell.
48-38 now the score. 3.5 left to play. Anchondo to Villalobos, getting close to a 10-second call, gets it across. And Anchondo's going to be called for the walk. So on back-to-back trips, Turpin has now turned it over. Martinez will check back into the game. 3:23 left to play. Ball inbounded to Gideon. Gideon wasn't ready. Villalobos grabs the loose ball. Villalobos double team, gives it up to Espino. Espino has it stolen away by Gideon, gets it back. Cross court pass to Lopez. Lopez goes up, gets it on Chondo with it now. Gives it over to Espino, dumps it underneath the Weber, lays it up and in. 50 to 38, 2:45 left to play. Well, intercepted by Anchondo into the open court. Right-handed layup, puts it up and in, 52-38. And we've got a timeout on the court with 2:32 left to play. Turpin leads Texhoma 52-38. So out of the timeout, Texhoma with possession of the ball. Turpin leading by 14 points. After that steal and coast-to-coast play by Anchondo for the layup. Gideon with it on the wing, dumps it down low, stolen away. Anchondo got a hand on it. Gives it to Villalobos, who tapped it away. Elliott almost had the steal. That was a kick ball. So Turpin will inbound on the sideline. 2:15 on the clock. He'll grab it in the backcourt. Villalobos, guarded by Meyer, tipped away, gets it back, able to get across the timeline in time, and a foul on Meyer.
Foul on number 3, Jake Meyer, his second, team second.
Just the team's second foul. Into the backcourt to Villalobos again. Gets it across the timeline. Gives it up to Espino. Over to Anchondo. And a body foul there is going to be called.
Foul on number 15, Carson Elliott.
On Carson Elliott. That'll be his third, team's third. Under 2 to play now. Villalobos with it out top again. Dumps it off to Weber. Gives it up to Anchondo. Now Espino with it out top. Villalobos with it now, guarded by Meyer. He'll drive to the free throw line. Gives it back up to Weber outside. He quickly gives it to Espino. Over to Lopez. He'll give it back to Villalobos. Double team. Ball knocked away for a second. Got it back. Drives the lane. Dumps it off for Anchondo. Plays it up and in. What a play. 54-38. Turpin with the lead with 1:15 left to play. Ball dumped down low to Mitchell. Tries to go baseline. And Weber's going to be called for the foul. That'll be his third, team's third, team's fourth as well. Back out top, Gideon drives. Pass intercepted by Espino, chased by Mitchell. Lays it up and in for the basket. 56-38, under a minute to play. Gideon with the ball. He'll pull up for the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Lopez. Or Turpin gives it up to Villalobos. Ball tipped away by Meyer, but he'll be called for the foul. As they'll bring in mass substitutions for both teams.
Fans, as we approach the end of the fourth quarter here.
With 26.8 left to play, Turpin will improve to 4-2. Texhoma will fall to 3-2. All into the backcourt. Aldo Espino, number 35, a freshman, with the ball. Gives it up to John Harris, a junior. Adam Garza with the ball as well. Now Logan Wills running off the final seconds 4 seconds left to play. Garza with the ball. And he'll run out the final seconds. The Turpin Cardinals have defeated the Texhoma Red Devils 56-38. We thank you for joining us for PTCI Channel 2's coverage of high school basketball in the Oklahoma Panhandle, and hope you'll join us again next time. Good night from Texhoma, Oklahoma.